Hello there. So I am going to do my nails and I thought why not show you guys how I do it and what I use, because I remember when I started doing my own nails at home, I researched a lot of products and I didn't find many that had good reviews about them. So I thought why not give you guys one about this product. I must have been using it for quite a while now. I think it's been 3 years. And when I was researching, I came across this brand called Styleberry. And then, very lucky me, my sister asked what do I want for a Christmas gift, and I told her I'd like some of these colors, and she purchased my first set for me. But I've been using it, as I said, for probably about 3 years now, and I've just kept repurchasing more colors, like you guys can see. I also am on my second box of top coat and base coat because I like it so much. It's really way more affordable, and I must say it lasts quite long. I would give it maybe 2 weeks, max 3 weeks, which is quite good for me. I like changing my nails up and having different colors, so I didn't mind that. It's not super long lasting like at the nail salon. I also have the lamp right over here, and I think I'm first going to start with my base coat, which is this product right over here. I'm hoping it's focusing, but yeah. So I'm going to start off with this one. It's a really nice thick consistency. I know you guys can probably not see me putting it on right now, but I'll show you guys in a minute. It really goes on super quick. And the nice thing I like about doing my own nails at home is that it really helps protect my nails. If I go without gelish, my nails feel very brittle and weak. And as I mentioned, this one comes off probably about in 2 to 3 weeks. But the one thing I would say about it that I find pretty great is that it doesn't damage my nails as much as what I feel it damages my nails when I have to take off the salon's gelish. Okay, so base coat is on, and I just put both my hands in at the same time. I usually have to do it for about 2 to 4 minutes actually, over the 120 seconds. So I press the button twice. That's probably not best practice, but I mean, I do what I need to do for my nails to look nice. But yeah. Something else I also like to do during this time is I watch YouTube videos. I love seeing how other people do nail art, which I cannot do to save my life. I've tried it many times, but yeah, I'm just not artistic. I think that is one of the things that I just need to know. I've even Googled so many tips and tricks where they say, oh, use the back of a bobby pin to make circles. It's so easy. My circles are always skew, but it's fine. I anyway do like quite plain nails, which is probably very boring, but I do think it works for me. Okay, so my base coat is on. And now I need to decide which color I'm going to do. I feel like it is still quite summery. I've got an autumn-ish set right over here. It's got gorgeous colors. I'll actually show you a couple. Like this one is quite nice. It's a white, which is quite cool. That one is probably not as autumny, but came with a set. And then I've got this lightish pinkish color. Then when I do get into the autumn colors, it's like this dark chocolatey brown. I love this color. I think it's gorgeous. Oh, I hope you can see. But I feel like all of these ones are definitely too wintry for right now. This is also one of my favorites. It's like a brown, but like a reddish lightish brown. It goes quite well with my skin color. But I actually think what I'm going to go for today might be something a little bit more pink. This is the other set I have. Only pain point I have with these colors is that you can't tell what it is by just looking at the box. You do get the sticker thing where you can paint it on, but honestly I still think it's too much effort. I would love if they just put the color on the top so that I wouldn't have to open every single one. And this is a similar color to that other pink, but I'm feeling, ooh, I love this. Okay, I think this is the color I'm gonna go for. I think it's between this one, possibly this pink, which is like a lighter. Ooh, you know what, it's not as wintry just yet. I'm gonna go with this one. Well, not wintry, autumny. This one. Oh, can you see that? Yes. Honestly don't know about you guys, but it is February in South Africa. It's supposed to be deliciously summer still, but it is not. It's super windy. It's been raining. It's hasn't honestly been all that warm, which is so strange. I mean, I think most people associate South Africa with lovely warm summers, but that's definitely not been the case for me this year. And a lot of people will probably agree or disagree with me. I know my husband definitely will, because he loves the winter. Most of my colleagues love the winter. Most of my friends love the winter. And me not so much. So yeah, let's go with the lightest, summariest color I have to make it feel at least like we are still in summer, which we actually technically are, despite the weather. Okay. I'm just going to put it in my lamp quickly. Okay, that's what it looks like. I'm going to do the other side quickly. Okay, so, ooh, just be careful. That is why I always put a towel down on my bed when I'm doing my nails, but I'm putting in the second layer now and just waiting it for it to cure. But it's looking so pretty. So the color is done. How pretty is that? And now I have to choose if I'm going to go with the glossy finish top coat or the matte finish. Generally, I love a matte in autumn and winter, and I love a gloss in spring and summer. Because, as I said, we're still technically in summer. I'm going to go for a gloss coat. Also, another thing about this product that I love is that it is definitely not smelly. I've had ones before that it just reeked, and here I barely smell anything. So I think that is a big perk for me. Just putting it out there, or asking actually for a friend, if anyone else, if you are right-handed, if you struggle to paint your left hand too. I always feel like the one hand comes out so perfectly pretty and the other one kind of looks like a dad. Okay. And then I'll just let that cure for another 4 minutes again. The instructions, I think, do say that you can leave it in for 2 minutes under UV lamp, but I generally push things too far, I guess. It just always lasts longer for me. I don't know what it is, but I feel if I go 4 minutes instead of 2, it lasts longer. Okay, so all done. They are looking super sharp and very pretty. And now I'm starving, so I'm gonna go make something to eat. So with today being a Sunday, oh, excuse the glasses, I cannot see all that perfectly, so I do need these. I do not have my contacts in today. But with it being a Sunday, I am just gonna take a walk around the house, look at a few things I could spruce up, and get the whole mood setting to relax for tonight before going back to work tomorrow. And yeah, I'll just show you a little bit about my home. So my dining room table is looking a little bit empty after my bubble and sword and flowers came to an end. So I'm going to use a couple of the leftovers from those flowers, as well as some of our olive tree branches that we had cut, to see if I could do something that looks pretty on my table. So as a heads up, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna go for it and see whatever looks nice. We have these really big olive trees in the front that we had trimmed a little bit, which I usually always use to sort of decorate the house with if I don't have any fresh flowers. Jar with water, and I must say, looking at everything I have, I almost feel like the high hopes I had for mixing it is not going to become a reality, because I can see these ones could still look cute. Maybe I need a bigger vase. Like that looks cute. Simple, not over the top. And then let's see, but I have a feeling already that these are not going to work. Maybe. I'm going for a super wild look. Okay, that actually doesn't look bad. Let's get rid of some of these drier. Okay. Maybe, but I'm actually very unsure about it. Definitely want it to fall out. That actually looks quite nice. I think whenever I do these, I play around with whatever I have, and you'll probably see if I do film in the next couple of days that I've changed it up already. But I just sort of go for it. I mean, it's my house, it's things that are for free. So, I'll see. Maybe I'll see what my husband thinks when he gets back, but for now, it kind of looks wild and wonderful. I'll show you guys from this side. Okay, so I tried showing you from the other side, but the light is not great. But that is the side of the entryway. So when you come in, this would be the view you get. And I actually think that does look quite wild and wonderful. It does actually look very nice. It definitely fills out my table, which is quite big. This is a 2.4 meters table that we purchased from Valance. It's white oak. Okay, love that. Next up is a pumpkin I harvested. I just brought that in for the day. I also have some grenadillas over there that I got a few days ago, but they were not ripe yet. So I left them out in the sun and I just brought them back in. I'll definitely be chopping this up and freezing it into bags because it's just the two of us and this is obviously a lot of pumpkin to eat in one go. So one of the things we usually do is light a candle to set the tone in the home. This one I've showed in my shorts before. It's called Yuzu Blossom. It's one from H&M. It is absolutely fabulous. If you have not smelled it yet, I highly recommend it. The home fragrance is one that I got from Woolies. It's sort of similar to the Yuzu Blossom, but also a little bit different, but both are really gorgeous fragrances and make your house smell absolutely beautiful. Okay, so next up I watered my poinsettia. This is a white one that I purchased for Christmas actually. Hello. I thought it still looks so fabulous, so I'm still keeping it in my entryway. I'll show you a little bit. And I think it still looks very nice. I'm going to keep that there still for a while. Usually I have a very big over-the-top display. When it comes to my entryway, right around there, I usually take huge branches all over the top. But I think that actually still looks quite nice. Else that I've also been busy with is just sorting out my seeds. I have quite a bit that I never planted this season. So I have some beans, tomatoes. So what I'm doing is I'm just busy checking which ones I can still plant in Feb, and then after that I'll probably go out and do some planting. And then I wanted to show you my book. So this is what I use to plot out how I'm going to plant. Like you can see, I've got 4 beds. I always do try to think about succession sowing. I think about what plants go with each other and not trying to always plant everything in the same box, although I've been very guilty of it. But I thought I'll just show you guys like a couple of pages into how I plant, remembering when I plant things, and I find this to be very useful. Also, I thought I'll just show you my cute little bag. It is a little basket bag, or rather quite a big one actually. I keep all my seeds in here and a lot of other gardening stuff so that I can carry it around if I need it outside. And also it looks super cute when it's in the house so that everything isn't such a mess when I'm busy packing or unpacking whatever I need to go out into the garden. I was thinking of making some kind of sweet treat, but something that's a little bit healthier than the norm. And I had a ton of dates in the freezer. Yes, you can freeze dates. And I was thinking, okay, so what can I do with it? I googled a couple of recipes and came across a date Snicker bar. So I'm gonna give it a go. But first I wanted to show you exactly which dates I use. I'm very snobby about it. My parents live in the Northern Cape and I got accustomed to having these babies. So I'm going to use the Medjool dates from Carstens. These are not pitted though, so I'll be taking out the pits one by one. And in the recipe, I saw that a nice tip is that when you break open your date, lay the non-sticky side at the bottom so that when you eat them, it isn't sticky in your hand. I saw a few of the others where someone didn't give that tip, and I thought, gee, that's actually a big mistake to make. So the first thing I'm going to do is just take out the pips and then lay them flat on the non-sticky side in my tray. So as I said, I'm a date snob, and I mean, just look at these fat dates, like they are gorgeous. I've had so many of these before and they were so dry. These ones are not like that at all. They are super gooey on the inside. And while I'm actually busy with these dates, I do have a pot on behind me. and I'm melting some chocolate. A lot of the recipes called for you to do so in the microwave, but I'm not going that way. I always burn my chocolate if I do that, and I decided there's no way I'm going to do that today. I'm just using the normal Bourneville chocolate from Cadbury. I'm using 1.5 of these bars, and I just thought that, you know, burning that would be a terrible feat for this. Like, I mean, look at that. Oh, so good. I promise you, it's rare that you'll get better. One of the most loveliest things about dates is that they found that it doesn't spike your blood sugar, which is obviously wonderful if you're trying to live a healthier life. Another thing about this recipe that I found is that there wasn't an ingredients list to actually tell you how much of anything you should use. So I'm just sort of going for it. As you can see, I'm going to use dates, I'm going to use black cat peanut butter, and I'm going to use, as I mentioned, the Bourneville Cadbury's chocolate, and I'm using nuts, a mixed nuts from Pick a Pay. It's just the normal salted, and then last but not least, I'm going to use some Woolies flake salt. Okay, wash hands. Just mixing the chocolate. So next up, they said that you need to flatten your dates, but another tip was to use some plastic wrap, which makes complete sense because if you don't use it, the dates will stick. So I'm just going to do that. And now you need to flatten out your dates to sort of make it stick to each other and lay flat. The tips the lady gave was to use a cup or a glass, which I'm going to grab. Let's see how this goes. Then I'm just going to gently remove the wax or the cling film. Like that. So as you can see, it is sort of like a solid bar right now. I tried to get out as much holes as I possibly could. And next up, I'm going to spread the peanut butter. I'm using a smooth black cat peanut butter. And if there's one tip someone else gave that I thought was quite useful, was that have your peanut butter at room temperature, because then it's a lot more spreadable than it would have been if it was in the fridge. Does that not really look good? So there we go. That looks like a very good layer of peanut butter. Next up, I'm going to pour over the dark chocolate. I'm going to drizzle over on the one side, just lightly for him, just like that, maybe a little bit more, and then I'm going to do more of a solid layer of chocolate on the other side to fulfill my needs. Oh, does that not look fabulous? I actually think I might have made too much chocolate. I'm retracting my statement and saying rather go for about one big slab of chocolate, so 150 grams, unless you really like licking the bowl or really like chocolate like I do. Okay, there we go. Then the recipe said you can put over nuts and as many as you want. So this time round, my husband loves nuts. I do not like nuts so much. So I'm going to go a little bit heavier with the nuts on his side. And this is a mix of pecan nuts, peanuts, almonds, whole nuts, and cashews. Just make sure those are squished on nice and tightly. And then last but not least, I'm going to sprinkle over some sea salt flakes. I absolutely love these. So I have to stop myself from going in a little bit too heavy. And then that is it basically. I'm going to put this into the fridge for about an hour. And then we'll pull it out, cut them into pieces and have a taste.
1 hour later.
So it's been in the fridge for about 60 minutes and it is rock hard. As you can see, my husband's half with the extra nuts and less chocolate, and my half with the less nuts and more chocolate. I'm going to remove it from the tray. And it does come out quite easily because it's frozen rock hard. And then the biggest decision to make now is whether to cut it into squares or bars. Let's see. So first things first, I'm going to separate the halves. Just like that. And then I'll cut my husband's into, I feel like you would appreciate like longer bars. I can feel the chocolate cracking as I'm cutting. I'll take a small piece first, and you can see the layers of date, chocolate, peanut butter, nuts, and salt. That looks so good. I'm not gonna lie, it looks so good. I will say it doesn't taste like a Snickers bar to me at all, but it is still very good. It's like a healthier version of a treat that's similar. Maybe like the healthy sibling, but very good. But yeah, that's it. Give it a go. Let me know your thoughts. And let me know if you think it tastes exactly like a Snickers bar or not.